I'm a university tutor. I've been doing that now and teaching for the best part of 3 decades. If you're 10 years away from retirement, you really should be thinking about it. If you're 5 years away, it's becoming critical. But if you're a year to 18 months away, then it's desperate. And I think at that time I was about a year to 18 months away. It was clear from many of the testimonials around that Innes Reid was good. For people like me who are not particularly financially astute, I was very confident in what was being told in as much as I actually began to understand it. But the other element of it was that kind of intangible element that as I said to Clive at the time, I looked in the whites of his eyes and I thought, I trust you. The way he was talking to me, I just trusted him. It put my mind at rest. That he'd explained it in a way that was accessible to me. I kind of felt he was an honourable guy with integrity. Yeah. And if I took him to be indicative of the organisation, and I thought I was in pretty safe hands. The advisor went through all of my details and what I was after pretty thoroughly. Somebody who does interviews in research, I was really impressed by how thorough the interview was in research terms, finding out about me. And then I was offered the option of a brief report summarising my position and how I might go forward financially, or staying with the company and, as it were, signing up and carrying on. But the report was easily thorough enough to convince me that I should carry on, which is what I've done. What I particularly liked is that I've been able to contact Clive as and when without thinking, and he's always got back to me. At no point has he said, well, you only contracted for this number of contacts via emails and so forth. That's above and beyond the call of duty, and that's the kind of thing that I've really, really liked. I sensed I was just taking a punt, but I wasn't in control of the situation, if that makes sense. But I do realise now that rather than simply plonk whatever money I'd got in a fund and cross my fingers and pay no attention to it, I really should have come here 10 years ago. If it's at all indicative of the extent to which I've come to trust Clive, I actually arranged him to come in and talk to my department colleagues. I realised that they had time on their side by degrees, and they probably needed to be thinking about their pension. My partner's one thing, but recommending them to your colleagues is another, because then you do feel the responsibility, especially when they're younger and they're in more straitened financial circumstances. And if they make any investment at all, they've got to be even more confident in it than I am in my situation. So I think that's an indication of how confident I have felt and still feel. Yeah.